We now just sit 2 days away from opening night of the 2023 NBA season and with 2022-2023. And I honestly have to say this is one of my more excited moments so far of NBA seasons. You know, we had a good year in 2021 when the Bucks won the finals, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased on that one, but I'm excited for this year. There's just so much talent going around the league. I made my video talking about the Pistons, and if I had to choose another team to support and go after, I'm going to be watching them a ton this year. They just look very entertaining with how much youth they have, how much talent they have, similar to how I felt about the Orlando Magic and the Raptors and stuff. Just so many good young teams who honestly probably look a little bit above or ahead of schedule as far as where they were supposed to be in the rebuild at this point in their season. But I'm actually looking forward to this NBA season. Now, as always, obviously, the NBA tries to have a lot of, the two games on opening night tend to be, headliner games. We always usually used to have, like, the Cavs and the Warriors would play, stuff like that. Celtics, Lakers, stuff like that would happen when the rivalries were a lot bigger back then. And, it's always been a very fun time to look at opening night and just see two very good teams that are projected to be very good. Now, we've seen teams that are projected to be very good opening night end up not doing much the rest of the season, but typically, I would say two teams that are very good and projected to be very good this year take on each other, and it's just a very good night of basketball. Especially, you see them struggle a little bit. You see them try to get the rust off. They're trying to, they have preseason, but still, not all the starters get a lot of minutes in preseason, so they're trying to get their rust off. They're trying to get better, and that's one of the big things about what makes opening night so fun. Not everybody is at peak performance level, and as always, if you guys enjoy my content, though, please hit the like button and subscribe, and let's go ahead and talk about the first of the doubleheader on Tuesday, October 18th. I believe they probably start at the nighttime sometime. Usually the first game starts around 7, 8, and then the next one comes on at the end of that. They're both going to be on TNT, though, so that should be fun. I think, actually, it says right here, 7:30 is when the first game, 76ers and Celtics, start. Now, I am very excited for this one. I'm actually going to have a separate video dropping tomorrow, specifically talking about the Celtics, just because, they had a finals run. And typically when you have a finals run, you don't get better in the offseason. Usually, you stay the same, or you maybe get slightly worse. You lose a guy because you just can't afford to sign him back. Stuff like that. Stuff that you can't really stop. Stuff that, is just part of how the NBA works. A key role player who played really well for you guys, he gets a bigger contract because he did so well for the finals contending team. Stuff like that. Can't really stop that from happening. But first off, as I said, we have the 76ers taking on the Celtics. Now, the 76ers are a team that did make it to the Eastern Conference semifinals. They ended up losing to the Miami Heat. Joel Embiid missed a couple games there. Now, there's a lot of arguments you could make there. Maybe if he's still there, do they beat the Heat? I'm not sure, but that's what ifs there. I'm not going to be here to talk about that. We're in a new season. So the 76ers coming off of a fairly successful year where they added a guy like James Harden. They got rid of Ben Simmons, who, yes, I do enjoy him as a player, but for Philadelphia, he was mostly just a distraction, just a big contract taking up space when he wasn't even going to be on the floor for the 76ers. So good trade for them to get rid of Simmons and in return get a guy like James Harden who, yeah, he might not be as good as he has been across the previous few seasons, but we know he can still reach an all-star level. Maybe not his MVP caliber level, but we know he can reach an all-star caliber level at some way, shape, or form. And also, he's a very good playmaker on the court. So that's a very good plus for the 76ers. They've still got their core group of starters, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Tobias Harris, who, yes, he's never going to wow you. Yes, he's never going to be an all-star player ever again. But he is a consistent 18 to 19 points per game, and he can get you some rebounds. He can play some defense for you. He's just an all-around jack-of-all-trades type of guy. And another person on the 76ers roster that returns from last year who also had a very, very good playoffs, Tyrese Maxey, is a guy that I am very big on. I think Tyrese Maxey, theoretically, if he continues what he did in the playoffs, could be the second best player on this roster. Now, I'm not going to say he's more talented or he's a better overall player than James Harden, but I do think he has the potential, especially, with his young age and James Harden getting a little bit older. I do think Maxey could have the potential to take that second scoring spot from Harden. And I'm not going to say that as a hate to Harden. I think Harden could benefit from that, especially considering how much he has struggled across the last few years to be consistent. Maybe being in that third spot could help him out. Obviously, the 76ers did add PJ Tucker, Daniel House, and I believe DeAnthony Melton is there now too. So they had add those three guys in the offseason. You still got Matisse Thybulle. They still got some of their younger players that they could play a little bit in this regular season. I doubt we'll see many of them if this game is close. But the 76ers made a lot of moves, and if you want to hear more in-depth of my thoughts about their moves, click this video and the link right here. As always, though, who knows if they're going to be a good team this year or if they're going to be the greatest team this year. It does look like they've made moves to become the best team in the Eastern Conference, but they take on the finals losing team in the Boston Celtics, but a team that, like I said, I'll talk about more tomorrow, coming off of a finals appearance, added Malcolm Brogdon and Danilo Gallinari. Now, I do believe Danilo Gallinari is injured, but they kept the core. They kept all of their very good players. And you add Malcolm Brogdon, a guy who at one point was a very, very sought-after point guard in the NBA. This team has only gotten better, much like the 76ers. I'm going to be so excited to see this game, see how it plays out over the night. And honestly, if I had to choose one, it's a very tough decision, but considering the distractions that the Celtics have had, we don't really know what's going on exactly with the Ime Udoka situation still. We've got a lot of news from it, but nothing 100% confirmed. I'm going to go ahead and predict that the 76ers take this one, but do expect it to probably be a pretty close game, and most likely low scoring, I would imagine, because sometimes these first night games are pretty low scoring because, as I said, everybody's a little rusty. They're trying to get their shots down, but I wouldn't be surprised either way if it goes high scoring or low scoring, but very good game to start the night. And honestly, second up is one of the more sought after matchups every single season. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Now, this one's a very, very much more interesting matchup than it was just a few weeks ago, considering all the distractions the Lakers have went through. We don't exactly know how the lineup's going to go. I'm not sure if they've announced it officially. Westbrook could be coming off the bench. Westbrook could be starting. We don't know what's happening with the Lakers. Steph Curry and the Warriors have even more distractions. Draymond Green is out, I believe, for an extended period of time. He hasn't exactly, and the Warriors haven't exactly announced how long that will be, but Draymond Green is likely going to be out for a little bit. Jordan Poole, he just got that big contract, so he better come ready to play. Just a lot of distractions here for the Warriors, and it kind of stinks for them because it's this late in the offseason that, you go into the regular season with these distractions. You would have much preferred it to happen early in the offseason, so you have a lot of time to kind of shake it off your shoulders, get prepared for the game, and you have time to figure things out. They didn't have a lot of time to figure this out. Steph Curry's got to be the leader. He's got to step up and lead this team out there on the court. And I'm going to be very, very excited to watch this one. It's always a good matchup when Steph and LeBron take on each other. But that's just the second game of this doubleheader tonight, or on October the 18th, as I said, a Tuesday on TNT. So if I had to choose between this last game, I chose the 76ers. This game, I'm still going to take the Warriors. I think the Warriors are just too talented all around with Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. All those guys are just way too talented for this Lakers team. Anthony Davis might even get hurt at some point. We don't know what's going to happen with him ever whenever he steps on the court. So I hope he doesn't, but it's going to be interesting to watch the Lakers. They've had a really weird offseason. They decided to run it back. They made some good trades with getting Dennis Schroeder. Patrick Beverley coming in is a good move for the Lakers. But at the end of the day, I still think it's going to be, I do think they'll be better than last year, but they're still going to need some time to kind of mesh well and kind of become the team that they should be or play like the team that they should be. And that's why I'm going to stick with the Warriors, a team that I think probably still has better chemistry, even with the Draymond Green situation, than the Lakers do. So that's why I'm going to choose the 76ers and the Golden State Warriors to take both of their respective games on opening night of the 2020-2023 NBA season. As always, guys, if you do enjoy my content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. How excited are you for the NBA opening night? Go ahead and drop your predictions down below. I'd love to hear from your guys and your thoughts on this doubleheader. It's a very, very good matchup for both sides, I think, in both of these games. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.